Well, Hyundai says we're not supposed to smoke in the car, so I tossed my cigar outside, and maybe that wasn't a good idea. Uh-oh. I think I'm in trouble now. Oh well, let's go somewhere else to start this video. We're at our storage and test facility. Let's see what we're rolling out for this video. Looks like we got ourselves the Hyundai Elantra, a car that real people can afford compared to some of these super expensive $100,000 vehicles I've driven lately. Base price on this is 20 grand, fully loaded around 32. This one's in between. No leather, no ejection seats, machine guns in the headlights. The price on this one is $26,000. The only option listed are carpeted floor mats at $155 extra. Why are we paying extra for a floor? Why do car makers do this? I don't know. And here's what it looks like from the rear. Basically, this is a pretty nice looking car. The first thing I want to do when I get a vehicle is check to see if there is a real spare tire under here, and sure is. Lots of extra storage space too. This is a big trunk. Lots of room in here. And the next order of business is to take the headlights out in the dark and see how they perform. I seem to be the only tester on YouTube that does this, which is why you should watch my videos and not theirs. Okay, it's dark enough. Let's see what these lights do. But first, here's what the reverse camera looks like in the dark. Pretty decent quality. And when you change the drive modes, you get a light show. Looks pretty impressive in the dark. We'll try it later on in the daytime and see what it looks like. Here we have the low beams on the wall 100 feet away. Pretty bright, decent height. Go to high beam. Strong in the middle. And here we have the brights on the chain link fence 80 yards away. The building is 130 yards away. That's it pretty good. Go low beam. Good widespread, reaches out. And I've noticed we have a light show on the dash. Something we get on BMWs and Mercedes, but I didn't know the Koreans were doing it on the Hyundais. Okay. Looks neat. Alright, if you do a lot of driving at night, I think this will be the vehicle for you. The top of the line engine is a 1.6 liter turbo, putting out a healthy 201 horsepower. And I believe that was a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission it comes with. We didn't get that. This is just the base 2 liter 147 horsepower version. More than adequate. Fuel economy is claimed to be 31 mpg in the city, 41 on the highway, and 35 overall. We'll take this out in the real world and see what the honest fuel economy figures are. For those of you who believe in buying American, this is made in Montgomery, Alabama, with a few parts from Mexico and Korea tossed in. For those who care about that stuff. If you have more money to spend, we also did a test and review on the 2021 Hyundai Veloster N. I have a link for that video at the end of this video. Just go to the end, click and watch. Or if you're more interested in something practical with better fuel economy, the 2021 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid, we'll have a link for that video at the end of this video as well. So you're getting 3 Hyundai tests for the price of 1 free. Let's take a look at the cabin and the second row seating. Lots of room back here. I guess you really could fit 3 adults in here. This vehicle has a drive mode button. Normal, Sport, or Smart. And you get a light show every time you change the mode, as we saw when we did the headlight test. Looks better in the dark. Here's what the reverse camera looks like in the daytime. Very sharp, high quality. A decent sized glove box. And I've noticed there's no excess reflection coming off the gauge cluster, as I'm finding on many other vehicles nowadays. someone knew what they were doing when they designed this. Unfortunately, I am getting some glare on the start button and some of the radio controls at certain times of the day. Guys, you need to quit putting shiny stuff on car interiors. It's no big deal. Only happens maybe 20 minutes out of the day. Still kind of annoying. But in the shade, where you can see everything, the controls are very simple to use. Radio, climate. Overall, I'm impressed with the cabin. The quality, materials, and workmanship, very good. Equal to anything the Japanese make. Aside from the slight glare, I give it a total thumbs up. No issues to complain about, really. Well, I'll take that back. Why do we have map pockets on the passenger seat and not the driver's seat? That's something that drives me nuts on cars. Why one side, not the other? Seems to be common on Korean cars for some reason. Again, not a deal killer. First half of the video show and tell is over. Second half, we're going to take this out and do some driving. I'm impressed with the power steering setup on this vehicle. Very quick, responsive. Decent feel for an electric setup. I don't think there will be any complaints. This is a smooth riding car on the street. Let's see what happens when we take some speed humps at 20 miles per hour, as we do in all of our videos. Here comes bump number 1. Wow, hardly felt anything. Here comes number 2. This is a very smooth vehicle. I'm very surprised for the price. Number 3. And here comes the nasty one. Wow. Slightly more impact, but didn't really feel it at all. Security's in the office sleeping today on a Sunday, so I don't think they'll mind if I take the turning circle to see if we can spin this car out. Not bad. Very stable. The optional 1.6 turbo engine, putting out more than 200 horsepower, is a real screamer. But if you get the base engine, you're not going to lay any rubber, but moves out pretty good. Not bad. So we're going to take a short highway trip on the expressway during around 65, 70 miles per hour. See what type of fuel economy figures we can get. Or what can we really get 40 mpg is what I really want to know. That was a short trip, only around 13 miles. But it's a start. Let's see what the numbers say. Not sure I believe it, but I see it. More to come. Second phase, we're going to do some city commuting. This vehicle is a nice highway cruiser. There is a lot of wind noise around the mirrors, but nothing really objectionable. One thing I like about this vehicle, everything's just fine-tuned. The way the steering, the brakes, the suspension all work together in harmony. Sounds like an advertisement, doesn't it? It's true. The engineers did an excellent job on this vehicle. They knew what they were doing from the ground up. So far, we clocked 61.4 miles, half on the expressway, half in heavy city driving, 41.4 mpg, 41.3, pardon me. That's about as good as some hybrids I've driven lately. Can't complain about that. And if we include some heavy-duty 17-mile city driving I did before this on the other meter, drops to 36.7 mpg. Still pretty good. I'll have to admit I was slightly disappointed not to get the Performance 1.6-liter turbo engine. I've driven that in other Hyundai vehicles, and it's a real winner. But I'm perfectly satisfied with this base engine, this 2-liter. Decent performance, excellent fuel economy. For daily transportation, I wouldn't have a problem on it. I don't think you would either. Like most Hyundais, it's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so why complain about that? Usually when people ask me to recommend a four-door sedan in the $20,000 to $30,000 price bracket, I tell them to either get a Toyota Corolla or a Honda Civic. They've been around for a long time and last forever. On the other side, they're kind of dull looking. They're not exciting to drive at all. And if we're going to switch over to another brand or make, the Hyundai Elantra is a good alternative. This is a very sharp looking car. Most people who saw it thought it was an Audi. That's a positive thought. It performs great. Steering, brakes, engine, tuned just right, and the excellent warranty. I like this vehicle. It's very nice. If you're looking for a four-door sedan, check it out. Here's some other Korean makes we've driven lately. Just click and watch.